In this video, I'm making an end grain chopping board out of a table. Let's click and play, and welcome to my bomb shelter basement workshop, where in the last video, I found out how to get free wood. You basically just go onto any Facebook groups or free cycle groups and look for old broken furniture. I found a table and I turned that table into a chopping board, but I felt like that was a bit too easy. So in this video, I'm upping the difficulty level. I'm gonna try and use the remaining timber to make an end grain chopping board, but I've got no idea if I have enough.
But first, here's a quick recap of me turning a table into timber. I've got 5 off-cut strips from the last chopping board and 2 big strips that are both different sizes. This strip here, however, isn't completely flat, so I'm gonna have to trim this down. I'm gluing all the long strips together to chop them into blocks and save myself some time. But I've used all my clamps, which means I don't think I can stick this one together, which is going to waste time. But I found a way to do it, so we'll see if it causes problems later on.
I'm liking the side pattern sections, but I'm thinking that I want to make this pine chopping board as large as I can, so I need more wood.
My zero clearance jig is still terrible, so I had to sand all the little furry edges off.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is my layout. I'm pretty sure this is the best way of doing it. It's gonna be massive though. And now I've got to try glue this thing up. Which is going to be tricky because the outside sections have multiple pieces. I'm not sure how well that's going to go. I've used every clamp in my workshop and I've only got 2 sections done. The chopping board is actually a little bit narrower than I started with, and it's not completely straight because my table saw is rubbish. I have mentioned it before, I really need to sort it out, so if anyone knows of any really good table saw rebuild videos, stick them in the comments below please, because the fence never cuts straight, the vacuum section gets clogged all the time, and even when it's not clogged, it sprays sawdust out of the front. So if you know of a good video on table saw rebuilds, let me know. But now it's time to glue this thing together and see how it looks tomorrow.
I saw quite a few small gaps when I was sticking it together, so I've already added glue and sawdust to those. Let's give it a sand and see how it turns out. Whenever I do my sanding on wood like this, I always use the belt sander because there's all those rough little dimply sections. You need the belt sander to get it as flat as possible because the orbital sander would take forever. But whenever I do use the belt sander, I end up with scratch lines, which is really annoying. So does anyone know any tips to get around that, to avoid the scratch lines? Because I'm always looking to improve. Now, before I sand anything else, I'm going to router the edges. Actually, I need to cut them first. In my last video, I said I felt like I cheated because everything went so smoothly. In this video, I have cheated. I ran out of time because I'm going away on Friday, so there's loads of stuff I haven't finished. Normally, I'd give it about 4 coats of oil, waiting for it to dry between each one. This time, I've only done 2, and it's still kind of wet. Because this one's so big, the handles aren't great, so I still need to fix and improve them. I haven't sanded, treated, or added feet to the bottom of this thing. And I didn't do any hand sanding on this one, which I would normally do to the edges and corners and stuff. But I do think it looks really cool. It's the biggest one I've done, and over the past 2 videos, I have learned a lot as well. If you're buying a table off Facebook Marketplace and it says it's oak, check it's not pine. Pine isn't a great material for making chopping boards out of. Put a video on TikTok of an oak table and it's actually pine, you're gonna get hundreds of comments of people saying, it's pine, it's pine. But overall, I'm happy with both of the chopping boards. Once I finish that one, I'll give them both a month to dry to make sure there's no cracks or anything. And then I'll list them really cheaply and make sure I mention that it's pine and it's soft and all that stuff. So that's the end of the video. As I mentioned, I will be away when this video comes out, but that also means I've made another video for whilst I'm away, which I'm going to be reviewing the Basecamp dust mask. Ooh! But apart from that, if you've made it this far, thanks very much for watching. If you could do the comments and likes and things, maybe the subscribe as well, that would be awesome. I'll see you in next week's video, which is already shot, and then do something else when I get back. See ya!